So good afternoon and welcome to the lab session. Today we are going to look at the counters which are made using flip-flops. So before going to counters, let me explain what is meant by blocking statement and non-blocking statement. In fact, these are two kinds of assignments. In blocking, this executes strictly in the sequential way. A equal to B is executed. After that, this one is getting executed. So whereas in non-blocking, the assignment statement will not block each other. So whenever the time comes, they gets executed. So that means after you have A is made as 1, B1 at time 10. So here after 10 clock cycles, so you will be waiting for the expiry of 10 clock cycles. Then A gets assigned. From there, after expiry of 30 clock cycles, so cumulatively after 30 clock cycles, your B gets assigned. Then from there again 40 clock cycle after, so cumulatively 70 clock cycle, C gets assigned. So there's the same assignments if we change to non-blocking, that is, this is not less than or equal to, this is non-blocking. So here what happens is they all start from the beginning. So at the end of 10th clock cycle, this will happen. At the end of 20th clock cycle, this will happen, and 40 it will happen. So they all tend to be happening independently. That is known as non-blocking. No statement is blocking others' execution. So this has to be clearly understood because this will be used in sequential logic circuits. So let us look at counters, digital counters. So counters have a lot of applications as we learned in embedded systems, because timers, frequency division, PWM, everything is based on dividing frequency. So dividing frequency is actually counting. So let's say this is the clock cycle. So if you flip on every clock cycle, then you get it divided by 2. If you flip on every 2 clock cycle, you are dividing the signal by 2. Likewise it goes. So these are the outputs of the counters. Now we have a 4-bit counter whose values are Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3. So if we look at the truth table for the counter here, the counter counts like this. Initially it will be 0, 0, 0, then 0, Q0, Q1, Q0 will become 1, then Q1 becomes 0, likewise. So if you look at the truth table, you can understand. So the counter in the first clocks, initially no clock cycle is applied, all flip-flops are in the reset state, they all give you 0. In the next clock cycle, Q0 becomes 1. Next clock cycle, this 1, 0. So likewise we can go up to 1, 1, 1. So this is how a counter actually works. So this can be realized using flip-flops connected in this way. JK flip-flop, clock signal is given to everybody, and you can build the counter like this by cascading JK flip-flop. So this is known as a synchronous counter since clock signal is connected to every flip-flop. So this is what we are going to implement in Verilog today. So this page you can bookmark and learn how it works. In first clock cycle, what is happening? Q1 is becoming 1. The next clock cycle, this is changes. So you can easily understand how a counter actually works. So simply told, counter will keep on counting, but we must understand the physical aspect of it. So this will have half of the frequency, this will have 1/4 of the frequency, this will have 1/8 of the frequency, and so on. So we can use it to divide a given pulse into powers of 2. Okay. So that's about counter, and we have got BCD counter, up down counter. Counter can be configured with an enable, disable, and you can have a preset and clear. So preset means rather than starting at the all 0 value, you can start from a preset value in the counter. So that is also possible. Now I'll take you to a very small counter example source code. So you will have, this is actually an up counter. So you'll have a clocks module which will always design the clock. So always on positive edge of the clock, you are assigning the counter, you are incrementing the counter. So this is 4D1 stands for, this is going to be a 4-bit value of the decimal equivalent of 1, or simply told, you are going to add 0001 to this variable. I repeat, this is telling you that you are adding 4-bit decimal equivalent of 1. Okay, you can write it as 4B001 also, that will also work. You can refer internet and find out different notation. I'll share a slide set which also talks about this. So the counter module is very simple. On every clock pulse it is incrementing. Okay, so test bench we are sending the values, and we need to have the clock pulse generating. So clock pulse is repeat. Now I have given 5 times, that is after every clock cycle, every 10 time unit, clock is inverted. Clock is inverted of the previous. So my clock duration will be 10 clock cycle, and the duration of the 10 clock cycle you will be declaring here by means of your time scale. Okay, time scale value, so that you can paste from your previous exercise. So this is up counter. The same way you can configure down counter as well. Okay, so you can get the similar codes from the internet. I have emailed all these codes. So try this and understand how counter works, and attempt the question given in the exercise. We will be assessing you at nearly 3:30. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you.